results will not be as pain as they will eventually be. But if there's anything that is very, very sure, it's death for every human being. Another thing that is sure, for anybody that lives further and does not die, another thing that is sure is that the person will grow old. And you want to be able to manage how old can you be. And reasons why a lot of us do not grow old and healthy is because of our lifestyle. 2 days ago, it happened in sports. Accidents are things that you cannot control. That's why they call it an accident. Isn't it? Now, we will be talking about the things you can control. The things you can do to yourself to make sure that, one, as an athlete, you stay fit. As an athlete, you stay strong. As an athlete, you stay injury-free. As an athlete, you stay at the optimal level. And if you are not playing at your optimal level, a number of things can be wrong. An opportunity like this was going to come. And we're talking at the swimming pool at the National Stadium. And I told Prince that, okay, what can I do to support? Apart from giving prominence through broadcasting, through media and all that. Focus on your talents. Focus on your abilities. Train and improve yourself. 2 footballers I respect in my life. One, a Nigerian. The other, a foreigner that is still playing. The one that's a Nigerian was my senior at the university. His name, Felix Owolabi. We used to call him Owoblo. Owoblo was playing for the university and playing for Shooting Stars and playing for Nigeria. After every training, Felix Owolabi will come back to the field. Will do an additional 3 hours by himself every day at the University of Lagos Sports Center. So it was no surprise that he could be in the national team, he could excel. Because he believed in himself, believed in his abilities, and went the extra mile to train and develop himself. Today, Cristiano Ronaldo stands out. At his age, he is still one of the topmost strikers that you will refer to in the world. He's not a finisher by way of playing the number 9 shirt, being a top striker. But he is one player that rises to the occasion when it matters most. How does he achieve it? Because he tells himself that he has to rise to the big occasion, he has to excel when it matters most, because even his teammates give testimonies as to why and how he trains extra after every other player have left. He goes the extra mile to excel. I'll quickly take you to some of our players that lost it. One is a young friend of mine. He's now old. I call him a young friend of mine because I managed him in 1994. His name is Mason. Mason, we went to Oron to bring him. He was in Form 2 in the Oron Boys High School to Calabar to play for Calabar Rovers. In less than 3 years, Mason was in the national limelight. In 5 years, he had played for Calabar Rovers, he had played for Flash Flamingos, he had played for Monaco National, and he was in Belgium. And one of the topmost stars that the world was looking out for. But Aiton lost it. 1, he became very rascally. 2, he got himself mixed up using substances. Drugs, I mean. Another player from Ajunwa here, very exceptional player, very talented, very prolific. But he destroyed his career by extra rascality, unnecessary rascality, and I hear he combined it with using some little substances. The substances you take will not help you. substances you take will destroy you. The substances you take will kill you. Because when you take these substances and they become extra energy, the human body has both the physiological side, has the side of anatomy, and of course the mental side, which is the cognitive. In physical and health education, you talk about the cognitive, you talk about the psychomotor, you talk about the affective. The affective is psychology. The psychomotor is the physical. The cognitive is the brain. The mental capacity that you have to deploy yourself to activity. The moment you take any substance, it alters that system. It alters that equilibrium. And you begin to fly high. The system is overstretched. You begin to breathe faster than you should breathe. And the next thing that could happen is that it will snap. And when it snaps, the young man or woman drops. If you are lucky, you can be revived. If you are not lucky, you will die. When that substance stretches you to the limit, what you have is that even the psychomotor, your nerves, become stretched. When your nerves become extra stretched, it could snap. And when it snaps, what you have is a breakdown. Because the body system is like a machine. When you put too much energy, too much extra energy to excel, any slight puncture, you find the human body dropping. And that's what happens to most of our young boys and girls. At some cases, it could be that through food. So your nutrition is important. When I was talking about the naira and the dollar and the thing, my focus was largely on our nutrition. What can we afford? What can we eat? As either we are eating agege bread or we are eating fufu, well, sometimes without meat, because you just want to get going. But I can say that when you take some time and focus on your diet, there are some diets that a lot of us grew up with. It is still very cheap. If you don't eat meat, you don't really miss it. Because the nutrients that you gather from such food takes care of so much about the protein. And that is beans. We were encouraged to eat beans when we were growing up. Today, we are lucky. You could get fruits to buy. They slice it for 100 naira. There are certain basic things that you must add to your food, to your nutrition, that will help your body system to function better. At your age, I do not expect us to be dependent on supplements. I'm sure when the medical doctor gets to talk to you because of it, he will dwell more of those other areas. But I'd like to stay on the fact that our nutrition, we must pay attention to. Our athletes don't win because our nutrition is faulty. Our feeding is bad. The other thing that affects us is that we do not sleep. You finish training in the morning, there's no period of rest, you roam the whole street. In the evening, you are back again. What you find, you have continuous wearing out. And what that will lead to will be a deterioration. Because your body, like every other system, will always get to a saturation point. And when it gets to that point, it can only begin to decline. So, you have to be conscious of your health, of your food, you have to be conscious of sleep, you have to be conscious of alcohol, drink, you have to be conscious, especially these days. I see a lot of young athletes, they get these sachet drinks, they put it in their mouth, and they are sipping and they are going, they say they want to train. Somebody wants to go and play football, you see quickly rush food to eat. You rush to eat when you are going to play. There are standard rules, and I want to believe that our coaches will learn, Our team managers will learn so that they can impart this knowledge and let our athletes, our footballers know that when you are going to start exercise, please do not eat. You must have eaten minimum 2 hours before, if not more. Because you could have refluxes. You can choke, and anything can happen in that process. We don't have first aid. The first thing you have in first aid, you have pure water. I mean, watch our national league games. Somebody falls down, people are rushing with pure water. It's a shame, yes, but that's where we are. So in the midst of where we are, let us do the best we can. It is not a hopeless situation. Because only from this hopelessness, we have Oborodudu, we have Toby Amushon, we have Eseprumen, we have Nigerian athletes and footballers that are excelling. And today I can tell you, as a journalist and a chronicler of Nigerian sports history, that Nigeria has about the highest number of footballers around the world today. It used to be Brazil. There's no league you go to that you don't find Nigerian boys that are playing. Nowhere. Even in Vietnam. But how do we make the most of it? Is by being disciplined. Our players, another part of